It's unbelievable when you set a powerful intention and you take some baby steps toward it, but then you fully trust and surrender that it's on its way because you are worthy of receiving it, that it does in fact start showing up. And that's how you know, oh, I'm in a beautiful blend of my masculine and my feminine energy right now. Oh, I'm in alignment. That makes me magnetic. And by the way, that does not mean that I feel good every day. Being feminine is riding the waves of our emotions. I ride the waves of emotion, and that still makes me a powerful magnet for what I desire.
Hey, I'm Brooke Jean, therapist, recovering perfectionist, and struggling working mom on a mission to normalize normal. If you're an overwhelmed, high-achieving, and secretly anxious mama, struggling to balance it all and on the brink of burnout, you are in the right place. Here is where we talk about hard things like balancing work and family life, mental health, and how to navigate life-altering transitions. Nothing is too taboo here. In my conversations, I'll teach you how to let go of who you think you're supposed to be in order to create the life you've always wanted. Get ready to embrace your messy, shed the shoulds, and find freedom through a life unperfected. This is the Unperfected Pod.
Welcome back to the Unperfected Pod, where we normalize normal and find freedom in a life unperfected. What is up, mama? Welcome back. I am so freaking glad and grateful that you are here. We have been having some juicy conversations on this podcast lately. So I felt like I needed to jump on and do a solo cast just to process out loud my own journey, my own transformation, my own healing, becoming, and rising, like my own process, if you will. Like I am in process right alongside you. And I think it's important that I keep it really real and I share with you guys like where I'm at in my journey of becoming. And I do that with the intention to normalize wherever you're at in your journey, to maybe share a little wisdom or some things to consider, to maybe ignite a little fire in you and to make you feel less alone. That is the biggest reason why I share so much of my own process and journey. Before we jump into that, I do want to remind you, you guys, we have a new program, Unstuck and Unstoppable, overcoming perfectionism and embracing your true freaking worth. I literally just got done recording the final lesson of the final module, which is living authentically. And I share 3 tangible, first of all, I talk about how being a perfectionist, we end up being inauthentic, right? Because we're just one big walking freaking trauma response, or we're just one big role in responsibility, or we're just one big being what the world wants me to be and trying to fit in and trying to be safe. And so I normalize how we fall into this trap of inauthenticity. And then I share 3 tangible things that you can do to ask the juicy question of like, who am I really underneath all this? I talk about inner child work, and there's inner child work woven in throughout the whole program. I talk about following your body's cues and what turns you on and makes you feel the most lit up and alive and turned on and turned up right now. And then I talk about using values as guiding posts to start to make decisions in your time, energy, and sanity day in and day out. And I talk about how when we are living in alignment with who we are destined to be, when we are in our soul's purpose, when we are living in alignment with what makes us feel the most alive, when we are honoring our core values, when we're being who we really are, not who the world told us to be, we actually become extraordinarily magnetic. And we're able to open doors that we never were able to see before. Opportunities start flooding in. When you say no to something that's not in alignment, you make room for something that is the perfect fit for the who you're becoming and the life that you're creating. And doors not only start to open, but you start becoming more and more excited about what's coming through. And then that has a ripple of good. And so basically, when we say yes to ourselves, we become a magnet for what we desire. And then we begin receiving. And that is really what I want to talk about today on the podcast. But before we get too far into that, I want to remind you, Unstuck and Unstoppable, it is a self-paced virtual coaching program that is going to guide you through how to get unstuck with your anxiety and your perfectionism and your people pleasing and your overthinking and your overanalyzing and your reworking and your redoing. It's going to help you process feelings. It's going to help you manage your mindset. It's going to help you remember your worth. It's going to help you develop true self-compassion and emotional resilience so that you can create a life you actually love, so that you can live in alignment with who you are meant to be, so that you can take aligned action toward the vision of your life, right? Unstuck and Unstoppable. I have poured my heart and soul into this program. You also get a monthly live coaching with me. And so the next live coaching is going to be Thursday, August, I believe it's 29th at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you want to get into that program, get into it now, because then you can catch my live coaching that's coming up. Oh, this might actually be posting the week after. So you might have to wait till the next round of the live coaching. But anyways, there's fabulous women in that community. You get more of me. You get a lifetime access to the content, the videos, the PDFs, the journal prompts, the guided visualizations, all of the things that I put into the program. So check that out. The links are in the bio. If you go through the route of watching Perfectionism Detox, the free masterclass, you will get a significant discount to the program. So I would love to see you in there. If you're feeling like you are ready to start living a life that feels freaking good and makes you feel alive, get the heck in this program. Okay. Anyways, becoming magnetic and receiving. Becoming magnetic and receiving is part of what I want to talk about today. So, in case you haven't listened to the last two episodes, the one on Enneagram and the one or Enneagram and the one on feeling your feelings with Tracy Litt, please go back and listen to those two last episodes. They are out of this world. They will shake you to your core. I cannot tell you how many women have personally reached out to me and said, Brooke, I've listened to that podcast 3 times and I've gotten the goosebumps, or I've started crying, or I've written things down. Like, it really spoke to me. There's something that it's bringing alive in me. Like, what you're feeling from those episodes is what I'm feeling right now, which is why I'm showing up and having this conversation. So, number one, if you are a perfectionist, you have probably been over leveraging your masculine energy. So I want to talk about the difference between the masculine and the feminine energies today. The masculine energy is the energy of execution. It's the go getter. It's the go get this shit. It's the let me develop the plan. It's where the hustle stuff comes in, right? It's all that stuff. And the feminine energy, the one that I personally have been letting live dormant in my existence for the last many, many, many decades and years, is the energy of receiving. It's the energy of feeling. It's the energy of the beingness. It's our essence. It's our sweetness. It's our pleasure. It's our playfulness. It's receiving. And so if you've fallen into the trap of the hustle culture, or like, I got to go get it, which most of my clients have, we've really relied on our masculine energy. And there's nothing wrong about that. There's no reason to shame yourself for that whatsoever. And we're still going to lean on some of that. But when we've completely denied our feminine nature, and when we've over relied on execution, well, it's no surprise Rooney that we're burning out. It's no surprise Rooney that we're depleted, because we're not using our like natural essence to get what we want in life. And so when I had started the month of August, I had set the intention of rest, recover, and receive. I originally was planning for an in-person live event that was going to be off the hook. And I had already had several vendors lined up. Like, I had channeled this whole experience that I wanted to have. I canceled it, guys, because summer was a lot for me and my family and my household. And I was like, I'm not going to masculine my way through August. What I actually want to do is chill the beep out. I want to recover from working mother with children over the summer. I need a recovery from that. Okay. My schedule could open up. I wasn't going to fill it with things to do and more new clients and all that. I was like, I'm going to fill it up with resting. I'm going to fill it up with self-care. I'm going to fill it up with percolating and contemplating and journaling and meditating and dancing and being in nature and like letting things bubble up and through me. I'm going to feel my feelings. I'm going to have juicy conversations. And I'm just not going hard. I'm not. And that was a big step for me to cancel an event so that I could rest, recover, and receive. Really, I think demonstrates my commitment to being more balanced in my energetic approach, whether it's the masculine and the feminine. And what's so interesting about that is the more that I rest, the more that I recover, it really is true, the more that I receive. So all of a sudden, I'm like downloading, how I want to navigate my business. I'm downloading messages I want to voice note my son. I'm downloading dates that I want to have with my partner. All of a sudden, two people that I really respect in the industry reach out and say, Brooke, will you be an affiliate for us? I've never been asked to be an affiliate. So by just sharing their programs that I've done that I fully back and I fully believe in, now I can make passive income. It's like, wait a minute. So I'm doing less and more opportunity is coming in. This is the beauty of the feminine energetic. The more you make space, the more you allow for things to come in. The more that you're in your authentic essence and nature, the more you will align with things, the right opportunities, people, places, and things that will help you get where you want to go. We don't have to force our way there anymore. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, Brooke, that's scary. If there's one thing I can rely on, it's my grit to get shit done. And I know we're not going to lose our grit. We're not going to lose our passion. We're not going to lose our determination. We're not going to lose our power. We're just going to be more potent and we're going to be able to get where we want to go in a way that feels healthier, mind, body, and spirit. And so I've been playing. One of the reasons why I joined the Life Mastermind with Samantha Skelly was she was all about, being wildly successful from a feminine energetic, from a place of flow instead of force. And she's an energetic master. And I knew intuitively, like, I don't need another business strategy. I need energetic training. And so I enrolled in her mastermind in January of this year. And I have been in this deep energetic training that has helped me unearth my feminine gifts, that has helped me lean into flow instead of force, that has helped me like reconnect with my pleasure and my playfulness and my purpose in levels that I didn't even know were available to me. And because I said yes to that opportunity, I've met these extraordinary women in this group that we've given business to each other and we're growing our businesses together. Guys, in September, I'm going to Ireland for a week for a retreat with two of the women in my Life Mastermind. Like, I cannot tell you what I've been able to experience by saying yes. But it's not just that. It's like how I feel day to day in the way in which I'm leading, coaching, teaching, guiding, parenting, wifing, mothering. It's all shifting. I'm still who I am in terms of my passion and my drive, but I get to slow down and I get to enjoy the ride more. That's the feminine. And when we make that conscious choice to like tend to our mind, body, and spirit and have juicy morning rituals and juice every moment for the gorgeousness that it is and allow ourselves to feel feelings and take a whole damn day off to be in our sadness and to make it cozy and to allow our intuition guide us and to allow our body to tell us what feels right. This is a whole new way of being in the world and in business that for me, I wasn't good at. I had done it the masculine way. I had subscribed to the grind and the hustle, and I really got dangerous with it in corporate America. But even in being an entrepreneur, I was doing more and doing more and doing more and doing more. And that is one way to success. I just don't think anymore that it's the long-term sustainable way to success. So I want you to ask yourself right now, like, what's my method been? There's no shame in this. This is not an opportunity for you to criticize yourself whatsoever. If you want to keep hustling, baby, go off. Do you. To each is their own. But have you been doing it the toxic masculine way, where you are just forcing and you are disciplining the shit out of the shit, right? You're like, I will be successful. I will make it so. I will make it happen. Listen, I love that I can default to that if I need to. Okay, if this feminine thing doesn't work out, I can still go back to making things happen. But what I've realized in that allowing more room for my feminine energetic, for my feminine energy to flow through me, more love, more pleasure, more purpose, more playfulness. Those are my values. More abundance, more opportunity, more moments, more ease, more delight is coming into my world. So why would I want to go back to the old way? This way actually feels better. And because I feel better, I'm showing up more authentically. And because I'm doing that, I'm becoming a magnetic match for what I really desire. And because I'm appreciating that, more is coming in. And because I'm feeling my feelings, which is a feminine thing to do, I am decongesting my vessel. And now I'm accessing even better ideas and my intuition. And I can hear my own desires more clearly than I ever have before. I have more clarity. I have more conviction and more confidence. Well, that's opening doors for me. Are you seeing what I'm saying? So, where can you allow more of your feminine energetic to exist? Where can you tap into that more? What are some ways that we can tap into our feminine energetic? Number one, slow the fuck down. Number two, feel your feelings. Feel your feelings. Your feelings are your guides. Your feelings are your superpowers. Number three, get more still and ask your intuition questions. What is it that I really want in this wild and precious life? What does my inner child want me to do? How can I have more of that in my life? Instead of going out and forcing things, set a powerful intention for what you want, take your baby step, and then trust that the rest is being handled. You don't need to make it happen. You set your intention, you show up in your baby steps, and then you fully surrender. You want to be more in your feminine energetic, learn how to surrender and trust more. Your success is inevitable. The love is on its way. The abundance is on its way. The opportunity is on its way. The clients are on their way. The nature and the experiences, whatever it is that you want, baby, it's available and it's on its way. How can you trust that more? The more that you trust that it's on the way, the more you're going to receive it. But I feel like, people either fall into the masculine where they're like, I'm going to make it happen, or they're so in their feminine that they're not taking any action. And I do believe that it's a gorgeous, delicate dance between the two. You have to have a vision. What is the life you're creating? Who do you want to be? What do you want out of your life? And then you have to show up as if that already exists. Right? Being in your feminine isn't just sitting on your couch watching Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and eating bonbons and being like, where's my check, universe? Although checks can show up that way. Being in a delicate balance of your masculine and your feminine is, man, I know who I want to be and I'm being her every day. I'm showing up in baby ways, but I am fully surrendered that this or something better is coming for me exactly when I'm ready for it. I have this desire, but I'm also so okay and grateful for who I am and what I have now. That's how you become a magnet for what you desire. And so it's just interesting that I had set this intention for August that I was going to chill out, and my intentions were to rest, recover, and receive. And by setting that intention, all of a sudden the conversation with Tracy Litt came into my world, which reinforced that. And the conversation with Callie about the Enneagram reinforced that. And the conversation that we're having in my mastermind, the Life Mastermind, and the Unperfected Mastermind, the one I run, reinforce that. And then, I started watching some courses with some other coaches and mentors. And all of a sudden, it's like all of this information and reinforcement of receiving is coming in. So I set the intention, I take the action. I canceled that event. I've created spaciousness in my calendar. I'm taking 5 minutes of freaking silence in between every client and 10 minutes of silence at the end of my day where I'm going outside, I'm putting my feet in the grass, I'm facing the sun, and I'm deep breathing. That is some feminine shit to do, boo-boops. Okay? And in that slowing down, in the showing up for what I said I was going to do, suddenly opportunity is knocking on my door. These amazing women, these juicy conversations. Will you be an affiliate? Will you come to Ireland? Come do this, come do that. New clients, the right fit clients. These ideas for the next group I'm going to have flowing. So it's unbelievable when you set a powerful intention and you take some baby steps toward it, but then you fully trust and surrender that it's on its way because you are worthy of receiving it, that it does in fact start showing up. And that's how you know, oh, I'm in a beautiful blend of my masculine and my feminine energy right now. Oh, I'm in alignment. That makes me magnetic. And by the way, that does not mean that I feel good every day. Being feminine is riding the waves of our emotions. So some days I feel amazing and I really lean into that and I juice those moments. And other days I don't and I go slow. And I'm not going to, force myself to show up online, or it's not going to be my best, live coaching call. That's fine too. I'm going to cry in my bath tonight. I'm going to go on a walk and let my feelings out. I'm going to journal. I'm going to talk to my partner. I'm going to listen to a sad song. Like, I ride the waves of emotion. And that still makes me a powerful magnet for what I desire. But you see, the masculine way would say, there's no time for emotions. We don't have time for that. Get up, dust yourself off, and go again. What did you say you were going to do today? Oh, we need to execute that plan. Have we followed up with that person? We need to follow up with that person. Let's go, hustle, grind, on delay. The feminine way goes, oh, wow. Yesterday I was 10 out of 10. I had the right energy. I felt good. Man, I was in flow. But today, I don't feel good. I'm going to honor that. I still have to show up for my kids. I still have to show up for my clients, but I'm not pushing it. I'm done pushing. I'm done forcing. I'm ready to flow. I'm done executing. I'm ready to receive. We ride these waves. This is a more balanced approach. And so this is what I'm playing with in my life right now. Where can I be more in my feminine energy? Because I really have exhausted my masculine. And I now understand that those masculine ways were coming from my protective part, perfectionism, people pleasing, overachieving, controlling, anxiety. And when I do it that way, I end up resentful and burnt out and angry. And when I don't feel my feelings, well, then I eat or I drink or I spend or I get, irritable with my partner or my kids. That's not my highest self. The CEO in me, my CEO self, she's not resentful. She's not lashing out. She's not overeating, over drinking, overspending, because she has harmony, more harmony than she's ever had. And in that harmony, oh my God, suddenly I'm attracting people, places, and opportunities that are really beautifully fit for the life that I'm carefully curating and co creating. So, what's the moral of the story? I don't know. Does there even need to be a freaking moral to the story? I'm on a journey of reconnecting to my feminine power and not over leveraging my masculine force. And I wanted to share that with you because maybe you are there too. And I wanted to share my intention with you. I wanted to share what I'm learning and some of the things that I'm doing. I'm slowing down. I have moments of silence in between clients. I canceled events. I'm chilling for half my day. I'm doing self-care for half my day so that I can be really potent in the other half of my day. I'm dancing. I'm reading. I've invested in courses and masterminds that support that feminine energetic. I've surrounded myself with coaches and mentors and beautiful women that are doing the damn thing in a more balanced way so that they can show my subconscious what's possible. I'm open to receive. I'm trusting more than I ever have. But I will say that before I was able to get to this place of trusting my intuition and the universe to the degree that I am, I did the nervous system regulation work. I've done the healing work so that I can trust more. If you're not in a place where it feels safe to trust, go to nervous system regulation. Go to any of my podcasts around anxiety, because we can only resonate with and attract what we have the capacity to handle in our nervous system. So if you're anxious all the time, you're not going to be ready to receive, this big responsibility that you're desiring in your life, whether it's more love, more abundance, more money, more leadership, more opportunity, more exposure, more visibility, you've got to do the nervous system work first. You've got to be able to hold and have capacity for not knowing, the waiting game, the staying value, the presence, the doubling down on surrender. So you might have to do that first, and that's okay. That's a beautiful place to be. But I've done a ton of healing. I've done a ton of nervous system regulation. I still do it every single day. So I have a higher capacity to wait and trust and surrender and have faith that more and more and more good is coming for me. You know, one of my coaches and mentors, Samantha Skelly, she's the one who runs the Life Mastermind. She teaches us the better it gets, the better it gets. And she is a walking embodiment of that. But I had to do some pre work to get to this belief of the better it gets, the better it gets. But I do believe it with all my heart and soul. The better it gets, the better it gets. So long as we're doing the inner work to change our external reality, so long as we're healing and becoming the most authentic version of ourselves, so long that we're following our true desires, so long that we're living in alignment, then yeah, the better it gets, the better it gets. So I wanted to share that with you. And, you know, I think I'm going to double down on the leaning into my emotionality. I used to have shame about my emotionality because my emotions are intense. I'm a Scorpio, baby, but I'm leaning into that. And instead of having shame, I'm like, what is my rage telling me? How do I get that primal rage out? What is my grief pointing me to? How do I get those sadness out? Or instead of even trying to get it out, how do I just be with it more and more and more and more? Because when we're no longer in resistance with what is natural for us as women, we make space for what it is that we actually desire. And so I don't want to be in resistance with any part of me, not my protective part, not my shadow, not my big feelings that can be scary, not my big scary desires. I'm not going to be in resistance with that anymore. I'm going to be with, make space for, listen to, honor, embody. And I feel like that's working for me right now. So I wanted to share that with you. Wherever you're at in your journey is a beautiful place to be. So I hope there's something in this story or this share that resonates with you or makes you feel more seen and more understood. And if you have any questions about my journey or the life mastermind or the unperfected mastermind or how to feel your feelings or how to be in your feminine, DM me on Instagram at Brooke Jean Unperfected. I would love to have a conversation with you. So that's my piece for today. I'm sending you all so much love today and always. Take care of yourselves and there for each other. And I will see you same time, same place next week. Bye for now. Hey, mama, if you made it to the end of this episode, I just want to virtually high five you because you've said yes to the opportunity of taking better care of yourself. And that is so meaningful and so amazing. You have no idea the ripple of goodness that's to come. If you've been enjoying the show, if you've been finding it helpful, if you've laughed a little or learned a new technique, will you do me a favor? Will you make sure that you're following the show, that you've given us a 5-star rating and left a review? That will absolutely help us get this podcast into more heads and hearts of as many mamas as possible. Because when we heal the mother, we heal the world. Also, if there's a specific episode that you've loved, will you make sure to share it with a friend? Just send them the link or share it on social media and make sure you tag me at Brooke Jean Unperfected because I absolutely love seeing that this is actually giving you the impact that you so desire and deserve. Thank you so much, mamas. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves and therefore each other.